there. Welcome to the Eclectic Healer. I'm your host, Kristi Brower, and I'm glad you're here. I talk about a lot of things to do with empaths because that's the work I do. I am one. I teach you as empaths to use your gift in a positive way and to improve your life. And today I want to talk about chronic pain and empaths. You probably know this, but people with highly sensitive energy feel more pain and tend to feel more chronic pain than people who don't have such a highly attuned energy antenna. So it's important to learn some good energy hygiene that helps to minimize the impact that energy has on your body pain. Now, if you're a chronic pain person, you probably have multiple reasons for that. I know I do. I have a back problem. I have a neck problem. Those things are physical, but they are manageable for me. It is when they become unmanageable that I realize that there's something else going on besides just my usual. And that is that I'm in energy overload. I have too much energy in me, around me, attached to me. And that energy is pulling my vibration down. And the lower my vibration goes, the more pain I feel. That's just true for all of us. The higher we vibrate, the better we feel, the better we heal, the better we perform in what area of your life you want to perform in. Having a high vibration is the goal. So what do we do about that? Because as empaths, we don't intentionally take on energy all the time. Sometimes we do. You know that. I know that. But a lot of what we take on is just a natural action that our energy bodies do as we are experiencing other people's experiences. So we feel other people's pain, whether it's physical or it's emotional or it's spiritual. We do feel other people's pain. Now, we are not literally taking their pain on as our own. That actually isn't possible. Sometimes when you're in a bad place as an empath, you actually try to take on other people's pain and kind of think that if you do that, you can solve their problems. You can't. If you're feeling someone else's pain, it just means there are now two people feeling that person's pain. So there are some things that we can do to alleviate that. Energy body hygiene is important. We need to be doing it all the time. In our last episode, I taught you an exercise called Clear Your Bubble. It's really important for pain. And so go listen to that episode and try out Clear Your Bubble, because clearing your bubble is an important part of managing pain. Another aspect of managing pain, though, is staying fully grounded and centered with the earth and raising our vibration, because taking on or feeling other people's pain tends to lower our vibration. It tends to make us feel heavy. When I look at you, your colors are darker. They're dimmer than they should be. If your energy body is a light bulb on a dimmer switch, taking on, experiencing other people's emotional and physical and spiritual pain turns down the dimmer. So what do we do to turn that dimmer back up? Well, good news. I know what we do. Today we're going to do an exercise called energy breathing. Energy breathing is the just renewing and supporting an action that our energy body already does all day, every day. So we draw in life force energy from our energy body, our root cords that are connected down into the center of the earth. We draw that life force energy up through those root cords. It comes up through the bottoms of our feet, settles in our root chakra, and then travels all the way up through our energy bodies and clears out our crown. And as it's moving its way up, it's collecting the unnecessary energy, the stuff we've picked up that isn't actually ours, and also energy that just is not healthy anymore. So energy that isn't healthy anymore is stagnant. It doesn't move. That's why we like to refer to our energy sometimes as being stuck. When we're stuck, we're not really stuck, but we do have stagnant energy in our systems that is just kind of hanging out there, not moving. And it's blocking the movement of the healthy energy. And we want all healthy energy. We want all moving, flowing, renewing, and releasing energy all the time. It's just like breathing. That's why I call it energy breathing, because we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. And we do it all day, every day, awake, asleep, whatever. If we're alive, that is happening, right? It's automatic. We don't think about it. It just, our nervous system knows how to make our body do that action, right? Well, our energy system knows how to make our energy body do that action too. We're drawing in new energy from the earth and we're clearing out old energy out the crowns of our heads. It's this cycle that's happening all the time. But if we've got a lot of stagnant energy stuck in our system, that doesn't work as well. That action doesn't work as well as it should. And so we may be drawing in new life force energy, and it may be building up and building and building and building and getting stuck in our upper chakras because the heavy energy is not clearing out the crown of our head like we want it to. That creates anxiety. It can create physical pain. It affects sleep, can make you feel foggy headed and fuzzy. And it definitely contributes to pain because that stagnant energy, wherever it's sitting, that's not healing and renewing all the time like it's supposed to be, can contribute to your pain, and it can make already existing chronic pain worse. So I'm going to teach you an exercise. We're going to do this together. It's called energy breathing. This is something you can do every day. I recommend as an empath that you do it at least once a day because it resets the whole system and clears everything out the crown of your head like it's supposed to and gets things moving correctly. It's kind of like, have you ever had, if you have asthma or if you've ever had any breathing problems, have you ever had to do some tests to determine, like, are you really breathing deeply or are you a shallow breather? Like you're breathing in and out, you're getting some oxygen, but you're not getting enough. And you have to adjust the way that system works and train yourself to breathe more deeply. I tend to be a shallow breather. And so I have to practice taking deeper breaths, feeling my lungs, my lower lungs expand and clear into my abdomen, not just in my chest. It's a practice that improves how much oxygen you're getting, and it does make you feel better. And this is the same concept. We're just going to practice with our energy body, teaching it what it's supposed to do, and helping the energy move with our intention, because that's how we move energy, our intention. We think it, we make it happen. We intend it and make it happen. The energy body responds to our thoughts, usually unconsciously. And so it's not always to our benefit, but if we do it intentionally, it will respond in ways that we want it to. So that's what energy breathing does. So let's do it. So close your eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths. Bring your attention to your root chakra. Your root chakra is at the base of your spine, and it runs all the way down your legs to the bottoms of your feet. Think of it like the base of a pyramid. Now, in your mind's eye, use your imagination. That's the same thing as visualization. And drop red cords of energy out of the bottoms of your feet. And drop those cords down to the center of the earth. And there in the center of the earth is the goddess Gaia. Gaia is the spirit of the earth. The earth has a soul, has a spirit, just like we do. It's a very vast soul. And it is a soul that we are connected to. It's where we get our life force energy. So we ask Gaia to take hold of our root cords, grounding us, which means to be connected to the energy of the earth, and centering us. You may feel some movement in your spine as your chakras line up. Now, we're going to draw that red, vibrant life force energy from the earth up through those root cords, up through the bottoms of our feet, up your legs, and just feel it settle in your root chakra. You may be feeling some temperature changes in your body. You may be feeling your body warm up. Usually this energy feels warm, although some people feel it as cool, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just noticing the change. That's the important part. Now, we're going to do energy breathing, which just means we're drawing that energy up all the way through the center of our body, from the bottoms of our feet all the way up to the crowns of our heads as we breathe in. And then when we breathe out, we're going to push it out into the universe, where it will be transmuted into light, and it'll be released from us in all directions of time. By doing that, we are transmuting the unnecessary, stagnant energy so that it's not hanging out for somebody else to pick up, because that's a very real thing that does happen. Transmuting energy that we release is very important. So breathe in and draw your energy up to the top of your head. Good. Now you're going to breathe out, and you're going to push all of that energy, the life force energy and the stagnant energy, out the crown of your head. Do it again. Breathe in, draw it up. Breathe out, push it out. Okay, again, breathe in. And breathe out and push it out. A couple more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Push it out. And last time. Breathe in. Draw it up. And breathe out. Push it out. Very good. You can open your eyes. That is a really quick and easy way to give yourself an energy boost. And when you give yourself an energy boost, you reduce your pain. We just cleared out any stagnant energy that was hanging out in us, whether it was ours or it was anyone else's, so that we can function at our very best, so that our vibration is high. We're healing, we're feeling positive, we're feeling connected, our body feels energized and like it has everything that it needs. Energy breathing is a quick and easy activity that you can do to reset yourself anytime. If you feel really upset, or you are with someone who feels really upset and you start feeling their upsetness, do energy breathing. It'll clear it right out of you. You start feeling a lot of pain, do energy breathing. Reset the cycle. Make sure that your system is drawing in all of the life force energy that you need, and that it's clearing the stagnant energy all the way out the crown of your head. So nothing is building up inside of you that shouldn't be there. That is a really important way to help manage chronic pain. Some other things to think about when managing chronic pain as an empath. As empaths, we tend to be sponges. We pick up a lot of the energy around us, of the people that we're around, the environments that we're in. And it becomes really, really important to evaluate who you're around and what kind of environments you're in. What are you exposing yourself to? Do you spend a lot of time with people who are very negative, who carry a lot of heavy energy, who tend to hand their problems over to you? That is contributing to your chronic pain. Sometimes those are people we can't eliminate from our lives, but at least know who they are and what's happening there, and practice clearing your bubble and practice energy breathing on a regular basis. If this is a family member or someone you are taking care of, or it's your boss at work, these activities will help a lot. If it is a friend or a situation that you can separate yourself from, consider it. Consider that as empaths, we tend to be mirrors of the people that we are around because we take on so much of their energy. What kind of mirror do we want to be? What do we want to be mirroring? Is it positivity and joy and kindness? If it is, are you putting yourself in those environments? Are you putting yourself around those people? You might not be. And actually, it's common for empaths to not be doing that because we tend to go into the dark places because we want to help the people in the dark places, right? We want to be that light. We know we are. If you are an empath, you know that you are a bright light and that other people are attracted to you, are drawn to you. Some for very good reasons and some for not so good reasons. So you want to evaluate that. We can't save everybody. We can't fix everybody. And you're responsible for yourself first. You're responsible for your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, and your vibrational health. You don't have to put yourself in positions that drag you down. It is not required. We can help in situations like that without living in them, if that makes sense. I'm going to be talking a lot more over the next while about more ways that you can use your gift of empathy, because it is a gift, to help others. But first, we have to help ourselves. We have to have really good boundaries. We have to have really good vibrational hygiene. And we have to evaluate our situations and acknowledge if something's not working anymore for us, if something is dragging us down, if we're involved in a situation that really just makes us feel worse all the time, we got to change it. That's just reality for us. No one else is going to do that for you but you. As empaths, we tend to be pretty altruistic, and we forget that not everybody sees the world the way an empath does. Not everybody sees the good in everyone. Not everybody is consciously choosing to help others and to be supportive and kind and assist people when they're at their worst. That's our normal. That's our baseline. It isn't everyone's. That's a hard lesson for a lot of empaths, but it's true. And it is an evaluation that we have to make on a regular basis. Because when you become energetically overwhelmed, which means too full of heavy energy, it affects us as empaths. It affects us physically and emotionally and spiritually. And we have to be responsible for ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves first. We can't help other people if we can't help ourselves. So take a minute and evaluate your situations. Are you in a situation that isn't good for you, that you know isn't good for you? Consider making a change. And I promise you that if you are a chronic pain person, that when you keep your life in light, you will feel better. You will have less pain, because heavy energy equals pain. And you are naturally not a heavy energy person. You are a light energy person. But if you're around too many heavy energy people or heavy energy situations, it starts to drag you down. That can be hard because it feels like we're abandoning people, or feels like we're abandoning a situation. But I have to remind you that you have to choose yourself first. Putting yourself first as an empath makes you a better empath. It feels counterintuitive. We tend to think we need to put other people first. It's part of our culture and training, especially if you're a woman. But it's the opposite. The opposite is actually true, that the more you take care of yourself, then the more present and available you are to help other people. So use energy breathing on a regular basis to reset your system, get you back to baseline at least, and get your vibe up. And evaluate your situation. Evaluate your friendships, your job, your living situation, all of them. Am I doing things that make me feel good? Am I doing things that are positive and light for me? Or am I walking into dark spaces and spending too much time in them and they're dragging me down? It's so important to just acknowledge it to yourself first and then consider ways that you can change. All right. Thanks for joining me today on Eclectic Healer. I will be back next week with lots of more fun and good information for empaths. Don't forget that empathy is love in motion.